This is just to go over this message that he seems to keep referring to, that he thinks is some kind of evidence to back up his accusation or assertion that I am a shill, a mason, a fed, a batty boy, fat controller, whatever else. He thinks I'm evil, he thinks I'm a demon, whatever. It's far beyond me really giving a shit about that anymore. But anyway, yeah, this is from a month ago, but he sent me basically exactly the same question well over a year ago, nearly 2 years ago, something like that. I can't remember how long ago, because it was that long ago. Asking me if Chunky Mark is a Mason. Now I know where he's referencing this from, because there are a few clips of Chunky Mark, some video clips, for example, when he sat in the car with Alex Jones and Max Kaiser and a few other people where he's had dodgy handshakes. Yeah, they look like Masonic handshakes, the handshakes of brother Masons, yeah. And I acknowledge that. I've acknowledged it in the past many times in various videos and various broadcasts. I've pointed out exactly the same stuff. So again, what exactly it is he's trying to accuse me of, I don't know, because he obviously hasn't really listened to anything I'm saying. Most of the time it seems that he listens to what I say, repeats it, and tries to turn it against me in some fashion, or use it to accuse me of something. It makes no sense. But anyway, he's Chunky Mark a Mason. I'm going to read this out deliberately just to make sure everybody can see it clearly, just in case the video is not that great. He's Chunky Mark a Mason. My answer has not changed since the last time you asked the exact same question. I do not know if he is a Mason. I know people who are Masons, if that helps. Also, I know Christians, Jews, Muslims, Buddhists, Hindus, Satanists, Hermeticists, Pagans, Druids, Atheists, and probably others, but what's your point? Now, the reason I say I do not know he's a Mason is because I cannot absolutely confirm that he is a Mason. I have no other evidence other than the anecdotal evidence, the little video clips and stuff like that makes me suspicious that, yeah, he could be. But I don't know for definite, so how can I say, yes, he is? Yeah? Anyway, whatever. His reply: I just think he works for them, winding it all up for the big one. Think we're getting corralled, and these big channels are state-sponsored weapons. Revolution bollocks they push must be a deception plan by the high elites. I reckon this is the biggest danger we face. Alex Jones, Ike, Brand, the list goes on, and you're an intelligent man. I don't think they deserve defending and deserve exposing for the scum that they are. I understand some see this and think we can somehow use them for freedom, whatever, but it's a trap. I think he means that as in using them is a trap. The only thing keeping us from detention centres are the watchers of X Factor Cookie, I'd say. I'll read my reply before I go over what he said in that. I agree with you in general, but I'm one of those people that will use this kind of stuff as part of helping others. It's a long explanation and these text posts are limiting, but I'll try to give my point of view. Everyone has to go through their own process. Part of that process is the anger phase. Chunky represents that well, and it connects with a lot of people who are new to this whole awakening thing. Yes, he is steering people, but the people need to realise that for themselves, so that they truly know it in their hearts. So I encourage people to look at his stuff, listen to him, and then I help them see through it and beyond it. You can't lead a sheep out of the corral until the sheep realises the reality of the corral being there in the first place. Haha. I hope that helps. It's not an easy concept to compact into a short comment post. Anyway, let's go through what it was he said in this. I can quite easily say that everything he says in that comment is stuff that I myself have said before many times in many different videos and broadcasts and stuff that I've put out there. So he's not saying anything new. There are videos on my channel, such as David Icke videos and whatever. Well, I think there's only one David Icke video left still on my channel, whatever. They are there deliberately because I know full well that the way the catcher's mitt of the alternative mainstream media works, they are the first, like Alex Jones and David Icke and Russell Brand, they're the first kind of mainly the first faces that people encounter when they first start turning away from the mainstream. And that's why I call them the catcher's mitt, because they are there to try and capture people and in one way or another still entrap them into the system. Yeah, they're still in the gift shop. I also find that, as is usual with these people, because the way they operate is it's 70% truth, 30% bullshit. The turd in the punch bowl kind of stuff. So I have some of their stuff on my channel deliberately, because there is some good information in their stuff. There is some truth in their stuff, because, as I've said, it's 70% truth and then the turd. And my intent has always been to say to people, yeah, okay, you want to look at that stuff, great, go for it. Fill your boots, look at the stuff, start digesting what they're putting out to you, and learn to discern what is the truth and what is bullshit, and make the decisions, the conclusions for yourself. Don't just be another sheep following a different kind of shepherd, yeah? So yes, there is stuff on my channel, like for example David Icke videos, and that's deliberate. And yes, but anyway, let's go through these points. I think he just works for them. Yes, he might do, mate, but I've got no proof for that one way or the other, and he puts out a lot of stuff that is very helpful to people, so yeah, okay, whatever. Winding it all up for the big one. Yeah, we've been waiting for the big one for years, mate. In my own respect, it's been like decades. 9/11 and 7/7 were probably the big ones, you know, if you want a big one to talk about. There's been plenty of big ones, you know, so what exactly is it you're waiting for? You waiting for Armageddon? Think we're getting corralled by these big channels and state-sponsored weapons? Yes, definitely. Revolution bollocks, yeah, I've been over that again. Revolution, it's not a revolution that we want, it's an evolution. Yeah. Anyway. Bollocks say push must be a deception planned by the high elites. Yes, of course, a revolution. I reckon this is the biggest danger we face. I don't know if it's the biggest, but it's certainly one of the main things that we deal with, we address, we talk about in all these kind of topics that we discuss in this kind of public forum fashion. Alex Jones, Ike Brand, the list goes on, and you're an intelligent man. Well, yeah, thank you. Yeah, I'm not going to dwell on that, whatever. I don't think they deserve defending and deserve exposing for the scum that they are. Well, I think, you know, lots of us have been doing that for a long time. But you know, to be balanced and objective and whatever, I can't say I'm defending them, but I will often be devil's advocate and the objective balance, and I'll talk about the good stuff that they present and how we can use it to our own benefit, as long as you've got the discernment to tell the difference and you have the self-confidence and strength and empowerment within yourself to deal with that kind of stuff. I understand some see this and think we can somehow use it for freedom, but whatever that is, but it's a trap. As his name, General Akbar in Star Wars, it's a trap. Yes, mate, exactly. Some people do see it. Some don't. Some are still working through their own process of figuring that shit out. Yes, it is a trap. Like I said, it's still within the gift shop. So that is partly why those people are there doing what they're doing. Even if they're not working for the man, you know, if they're not directly a Fed or a co-op or however you want to co-opted or however you want to describe it, but they could be trapping people purely for their own gain. You know, like classic snake oil salesman, con man. As long as they're making a profit out of it, that's all they really care about. The only thing keeping us from these detention centres are the watchers of X Factor. Yeah, that's the whole point of us doing this kind of stuff, to try and wake people up. You know, the cliche, that classic cliche. It's not really an oxymoron, but it almost is. You know, the waking people up kind of stuff. But anyway, yeah. There's nothing you've said there, mate, that I haven't said myself many times before in many different ways, many times. Many different times. Anyway. Yeah, I'll do face to camera to explain my point in my reply. So I'll leave this little bit here. I'll obviously have to do a little bit of editing to join them together, but I'll do a face to camera bit. I'll be back in a minute. Hello folks, face to camera time, and I've got to be quick because I think I probably only have about 4 minutes left to do this. I'm still under the YouTube 15 minutes restriction, and I don't really want to end up going into a part 2 because I think we've wasted enough time on this already. And I find it sad that it's that kind of situation where how is this helping this whole movement? How is this helping to wake people up? It's not. It's just creating division and argumentation and adding a gravitational anchor to all this movement that's going on to drag people down into petty arguments over you're a shill, he's a shill, everyone's a shill, join my camp, do what I tell you to, you're only allowed to watch the channels I authorise. There's so much I could say about what's been said. The stuff is available on my Google Plus page, so you know I ain't hiding it. I ain't deleted any of the videos from the original interaction I had with Crossman, which is like 2 years ago. They're there on my channel, you know. So if people want to look at them and to think whatever about it, that's up to you folks. It's there. I'm not hiding anything. And why he thinks I'm hiding something about Chunky Mark, I don't know. It's nonsensical because I haven't hidden anything. Just because it was in a reply that was a message to him, you know, a private message via the YouTube service to him, that somehow that makes the information secretive in some kind of way that incriminates me. I don't get it. Because like I've said in the other clips, I've said that stuff many times before myself, so what is it you're trying to say to me, mate? Because it makes no sense. I know Kip's really angry about this. I don't know about anybody else, because Crossman has proceeded to mention loads of people, including Jam Noise and Anthony Meehan, and I think he shouted a few other names as well, which in the diatribe I couldn't keep track of really, because he was saying a lot of stuff all at once. And I could be angry about it because it's, like I said, about the way this detracts from everything. It just slows everything down. It ain't helping anyone. It ain't even helping himself. He's just creating more problems and misery for himself, which is why I don't want to expend too much time on this, because it just perpetuates it. If all you wanted, mate, was some attention, you've had some attention. Why you feel you've had to do it this way, I don't know. You know, I cannot host Hangouts on my channel at the moment because of the YouTube restrictions on my channel. As soon as I do, I will start doing Hangouts again. But the point I was going to make is there are other people out there hosting open Hangouts, public house Hangouts, where you could have come and got involved and said what you wanted to say if you wanted to, but you have chosen not to. Yeah. When you said you were happy to debate what it is you were saying about me, the accusations, and I said, okay, here's my Skype details. Yeah, but you then turn around and say, oh no, I'm not talking to you. It's like you're just proving your own dissonance. Yeah, your own cognitive dissonance and confirmation bias, that you just want your bubble to stay the way it is. I could talk a lot and try and justify some of the points about why I've posted what I've posted, why there is certain stuff on my channel, why I've still got, like, for example, Chunky Mark as a recommended viewing for people on my channel listed. There's loads of things I could say like that, but I don't see the point of including that in this video. Can talk about it in Hangouts and whatever, maybe at some point. But I hope that if people watch and listen to some of the stuff I do and want to put out there, you know, this is not meant to be short, bite-sized clippets, you know, this common modern short attention span problem. I do stuff that requires a fair amount of listening and thinking and absorbing and conversing. You know, it's not stuff that is done quickly. So if you want to try and take out of context, which is what you've done every time before, mate, cherry pick stuff out of context to then try and use it to attack me with, whatever. I think that's enough on the point for now. If people want to ask me anything about it, feel free. But other than that, carry on. I'll speak to you again soon, folks. Take care.